Ah, yes, our good pal Vlade Divac still talking nonsense when it comes to the draft decision he made several years ago. We're going to break it down here on Mavericks Today. Harrison Graham and Jeffrey Cooperstein. And Coop,
this was unbelievable.
This is kind of an all-timer at this point. It's like at some point you just got to tap into reality, but Vlade just is incapable of doing that. Let's hear what he had to say here when it came to not drafting Luka Doncic. He said, I had De'Aaron Fox at that position, whom I drafted a year earlier. At that moment, I thought that Fox was a player who could become a franchise player in the next period. I don't know what the next period means, but time will tell if I was wrong. As things stand now, it looks like I am. You are. But I have faith in Fox that he will have a better career.
And I can't believe he said this out loud.
You know what's funny, Coop? De'Aaron Fox has probably turned out to be better than even the Kings thought he would be.
Absolutely. He's a very good player.
When they pass on Luka, but he's nowhere close.
It's not even close. I can't believe I saw this over the weekend. I was watching football, and this just popped up on my timeline. Like, Vlade Divac said what about Luka? I mean, this is absolutely unbelievable, and we'll get into, like, the whole history and everything that happened. But the fact that he's doubling down on it and still thinks there's a chance that Fox is better. And this quote is even better than the first one. He said, I could have taken Luka, but then I would have had to trade Fox. Interestingly, Phoenix also passed on Luka, and at the time their coach was Igor Kokoškov, who had coached Luka in Slovenia. Atlanta drafted Luka. They really didn't, but they traded him away. It was Dallas that eventually took him. Maybe I made a mistake, but time will tell.
Vlade.
I think time is told, Vlade.
Yeah, I just... This is just, I don't get why these rich people do this. Like, they just refuse to acknowledge a mistake. Like, it's okay,
it's
bro.
All right, man.
Like, you made the wrong decision. Now, there's a lot of reasons that they didn't draft him. I know there was the beef with Luka's dad.
We'll get to that.
And we'll get to all that. But, like, come on, man. I mean, this is just kind of embarrassing at this point. Like, De'Aaron Fox is a nice player, an all-star. Luka Doncic is a generational player.
Exactly. There's a difference.
There's nothing... No executive that has had any success in this sport would take De'Aaron Fox over Luka Doncic. It just would not happen. There's nothing he does better than Luka.
Nothing. He doesn't score it better.
He might
doesn't rebound better.
He might have a little more speed, but I would still take Luka as a transition player with his passing ability.
Yeah,
so
Fox is fast. He maybe shoots free throws better, but I mean, we're grasping at straws here. He is a good player. Fox is a very good player, in fact. He's just not Luka. Luka's the best player in the world.
I mean, we're talking, even if he's not, I mean, on the low end, he's top 3, top 5. Or Fox on the high end is top 20.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, what are we talking about here? I mean, this is like, I don't know, I'll just make like a tennis metaphor. This would be like saying the 17th best player in the world is better than Federer at his peak. It's like,
No,
he's not. It doesn't mean he's not a nice. Be like John Isner at his peak. Yeah, he's better than Fed. What?
He's
what
not.
are we talking about?
I think Vlade still feels some type of way about how things happen in Sacramento, and you know what? Maybe that's the case, but the fact that he's still doubling down and still thinks Fox could be a better player than Luka when it's all said and done, it's just not. It's not the case.
I mean, I'm embarrassed for him.
Yeah,
that he said that.
I can't believe he said it, but he did. He did say it.
All right, better career, D for Doncic, F for Fox. If you're typing F, I assume you're related to Vlade Divac. I don't even think De'Aaron Fox's own family would say that. Yeah, it's all-time bad. Pen comment on the show, D for Doncic, F for Fox. All right, the word that's been out there for a long time, Coop, is that there was beef with Vlade and Luka's father. There was a lot of chatter heading into that draft, too, of like maybe Luka probably doesn't want to go to Sacramento, and this was probably a big reason why. But I don't know, man. Like, if the Kings felt good about Luka as a prospect, I'm forcing him to, like, not show up.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm taking that chance if I'm Sacramento.
I know Vlade and Luka's dad, I believe, played together over in Europe in the 90s and stuff, and so they had a prior history and whatnot. Even if you don't like his dad, all you have to do is just take 5 seconds to look at the prospect and know that, man, this guy's pretty special. The Mavs did. Thank God they did. And thank God Vlade was dumb enough to draft Marvin Bagley, who I believe is on his 4th team now. So
I mean, that makes it worse. It'd be one thing if you drafted Trae Young or something. It's
Yeah.
like, well, at least he's a good player, but I mean, Bagley is like a fringe NBA player at this point.
It's why the Kings are the Kings. They traded away Tyrese Halliburton too, by the way. So that one kind of worked out for him, but nonetheless, their franchise has been a joke since the early 2000s for a reason.
Nice work, Vlade.
Good
Let's
job.
talk about our sponsor here. That is Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. They got an awesome deal right now when you sign up for a limited time only. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. The code CLNS will get you a $50 bonus once you play initially for $5. So you do have to get at least $5 into your account. But once you launch that $5 play, they're going to upload $50 straight into your account. Doesn't even matter if you hit on that $5 entry. And Harrison, when you say entry, what do you mean? Well, the way it works is simple. You set 2 to 6 player entries and choose more or less on the stat projections. We got a little season-long basketball action here. Luka, Steph, and Wemby for more than on their points projected for the season. Obviously, that wouldn't be able to cash until the end of the year, but I feel good about that one. Football season's in full force. You got a couple of games tonight, so lots of sports to play with. Baseball season coming down to the wire. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS. Pick more, pick less. It is PrizePicks. All right, let's just continue to make these comparisons.
I just wanted to rub more salt.
Let's just embarrass Vlade Divac here. 5-1 All-NBA.
And that's 5 All-NBA first teams for Luka, by the way.
And wasn't Fox a third teamer?
Fox was 3rd.
Yeah. All-Star 5-1, scoring titles 1-0, playoffs 5-1, finals appearances 1-0, obviously. And look, the point of this is not to embarrass De'Aaron Fox, but Vlade's given us no choice.
Yeah,
I mean, this is on Vlade Divac.
I feel like I had no choice but to bring all these up because, again, it is just it's not even a debate who the better player and who has had the better career. Look, that's why Vlade is no longer working in the NBA as a talent evaluator and general manager. It just is.
It'd be one thing, like, I don't know, if someone out there was like, Kyrie's better than Luka. I would push back hard on it, but I would be like, well, at least you could point to he's won a title. He's been clutch in a finals before. Like, there's something tangible you could point to. There is nothing you can point to for De'Aaron Fox. Like, I wish I could – I made the tennis analogy earlier, but it's just like they're in such different worlds and tiers as players. It's honestly shocking that this is an actual talking point for someone who worked in the – I mean, the Kings are probably looking at this and like, we had this guy running our basketball operations.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, that is unbelievable when you think about it.
It is. And I at the end of the day, I just think Vlade is trying to cope with the mistake that he made. Look, some people cope differently than others. That's not how I would do it personally.
I'd respect him more if he was just like, I fucking hated Luka's dad.
Yeah, literally. Just come out loud and say
that would be funny. That would be funny.
That would be funny, and that would provide more talking points as well. The fact that you're saying De'Aaron Fox could still be a better player, that's an absolute joke. I mean, there's not much more to say than that.
It'd be one thing if it was like year 2 of these guys' careers. We're like 6-7 years in. Like, what are we talking about?
What are we doing here?
Unbelievable. Thank you, Vlade, for letting Dallas end up in a Mavericks uniform. We appreciate it very much. And Mavs fans, get the 77s going in the comment section down below. And look, to be frank, Coop, this was fun to talk about today, but it's going to be more fun to talk about the actual basketball. We are 1 week away from Media Day on September 30th, less than 10 days away from camp. Preseason game just about 2 weeks away. I mean, we're kind of back.
We're almost back, man. I can't wait to watch this Mavs team. It's going to be a blast. I think it's going to be even more fun than last year. There's a bunch of storylines here, and I can't wait to get going. Again, 7 days from now, Media Day, so we'll have coverage there as well, and then throughout training camp, preseason, leading up to the season, and where the Mavs could make something special happen this year.
Vlade, if you happen to see this, open invite to come discuss on Mavericks today. You can make your pitch for De'Aaron Fox, and also if you want to watch a player who's much better than De'Aaron and probably the best in the world, there will be some tickets available on October 24th. So
I don't know if there will be.
In fact, I'll provide you one, Vlade. I will get you into the building if you truly believe what you were saying. But something tells me he's not going to see this. We appreciate you guys for watching. Subscribe. Season's around the corner. Go Mavs.
Peace. Bye.